Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nexus Commentaries. Tonight we have for you sOaK Every Lane versus Feigned Competence in the Battle of B West. I don't know what the placements are that they're fighting for. I know they're fighting for placements. I know there's a lot in that mid, who's making playoffs, who's not making playoffs. It's a very close race in Division B West. Joining me tonight is none other than Urel God. I just fizzed.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So, coin flip was won by Feigned Competence. They opted for first draft pick. So then sOaK Every Lane banned out Tomb and Curse, two of the older maps, more default maps, and Feigned Competence banned out Volskaya and Alterac. And then sOaK Every Lane opted to take us to Towers of Doom. So what is your go-to strategy on this map? How is this map played?
Well, in general, you want to focus on the bot lane, which usually means you want an offlaner who can double sOaK for you. Because if you have the bot tower, you have Sapper control, which gives you potential 6 shots whenever they spawn.
Yes. It's a very important lane, bottom lane. So you kind of want that double soaker. You kind of want a strong 4-man. Obviously, a lot of times this map goes very late unless you get absolutely steamrolled. Basically, it either ends at 13 or it doesn't end until 22. You know, there's very little in between there. So you kind of can greed a little bit and go for some later oriented heroes, things like Gul'dan, Valas, Zul'jin's even. So that's exciting because sometimes you see some of those more late game styled heroes come out, Lunaras. Yeah. I found out there was a Reddit post today that talked about abnormal scaling in HOTS, and there were some interesting ones. Do you know pufferfish?
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Yeah, pufferfish scales at 5%. Yeah. Like, why is
that's kind of weird.
Yeah, Murky's pufferfish, because he kept adding onto it throughout the day, because he kept having people tell him more, like, there'd be other ones that he'd be able to research out, but Murky's pufferfish is one of the highest scaling abilities in the game.
Yeah, Murky OP.
Murky is OP. His egg also has a flat linear scale. It's a per minute health, which is interesting. I will tell the teams that we are ready to go, because why should we sit here and talk about the map and scaling when they could just show us what they prefer here? I guess I can look here at the division standings. B West. Alright, Feigned Competence currently sitting in 9th place with 9 points. And sOaK Every Lane is sitting in 6th place with 15 points. Spooky Ghost has... well... Feigned Competence has a small percentage chance to beat out Spooky Ghost to make come in, but they're gonna have to win this game for sure. sOaK Every Lane is more or less going to make it. It's just a matter of which position they end up in. Everyone is ready. Just gotta wait for... oh, there's the countdown, and then the delay, because there's always that built-in delay for some reason. And here we go. Towers of Doom. sOaK Every Lane versus Feigned Competence, best of 3 Division B West. So what do you expect for first ban here?
Usually for Div B, I see tank bans. Aside from the standard Ariel Deathwing from the red team, or second pick rather. I do think some tanks are good here are Johanna. She has really good wave control. I think Garrosh is good for anchoring in the rotation between mid-bot. But yeah, we'll see what they pick and ban.
Alright. First ban, we're going to run out the timer and give all the teams a chance to just think things over. There's kind of like 2 main drafting timer stretch. One is to run it out, really think everything through, and the other one is snap pick everything you can, so just put your opponent team on that crunch timer. So Garrosh's first ban, not too bad. Solid tank overall, kind of decent. Deathwing banned out, of course. You're not ready to deal with him. Why deal with him at all?
And the Garrosh is interesting. They may be going for a tank first pick. You see that sometimes for some teams.
Yeah. Johanna,
Maybe soak out the
ETC
tank
both
pool.
up right now, yes. Main tank Uther, main tank Zul, main tank Urel, main tank Morales.
I think we're straying off the path here, but
There's the Ariel band.
that's
That's interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, because their
Yes.
first pick, they could have taken it. So kind of showing their hand that they already have a strat prepared and they're just not planning on picking Urel, so they're just not gonna deal with it. Or there's the Johanna ban, or they don't play it. And either way, they're kind of showing a little bit of their hand with that one.
Could see a tank first pick. Maybe
ETC.
Diablo. Oh, there's Diablo.
Yeah. Diablo first pick. Interesting. Diablo's not a super popular tank. Probably could have held that pick a little bit.
Maybe a comfort pick for them. I think they played it before, potentially. That would explain the Garrosh ban. Garrosh is one of the biggest Diablo counters in the game. Malthael Sill.
Not too bad. They have their double soaker now, and they're all on roster subs. If they're playing with a sub on soak, it's an on roster sub.
Mm-hmm.
Chat asking where Kid is.
Here.
The answer is not in this game. Alright, I do like the Mathiel solid. They have their double soaker. Mathiel's really good at it, probably the best. And then Sylvanas for the push power in the bot man. There's the Yorick, the other really good double soaker. And Anduin could hint at a Light Bomb APOC Diablo charge kind of style combo.
Yeah, they have a Wombo set up. Let's see what else they pick.
Or
Maybe
Holy
Jaina
Word
Hanzo?
Salvation just to counter the Mathiel ulti. Trade it out. Also, Anduin has the benefit of pulling back Diablo. There's the Ming ban, alright, so denying that reset option there. Greyman's still on the board, maybe they plan on taking it on the side of Soak.
Yeah, that would work well with Sylph. You can just push down buildings when you're out of position.
You bullet Diablo so him getting souls isn't the worst. Alright, this ban, probably a tank ban again, right? There's two tanks banned.
ETC is probably what they're gonna ban.
Yeah, which leaves up main tank Blaze.
Zopi?
It would be strong into the bunker option.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's left here for sOaK every lane. Maybe Mal'Ganis?
Mal'Ganis, Blaze,
Uther maybe?
Uther, Arthas if they want to do a main
Nubarak,
tank
if they play
Arthas, a Nubarak.
Nubarak can be good here, yeah.
You don't know what the damage is coming up from Feigned Competence, so it's hard to probably go into a Nubarak, but it's going to be the Mal'Ganis Kael'thas. Alright, so a little bit more wave clear there in the Kael'thas, Living Bomb to maybe try to punish if they go for any more melee. Some Gravity Lap CC to follow up on Mal'Ganis' stuns and silences. Pyroblast maybe.
Yeah. There's a lot of damage on this side of sOaK every lane. For sure.
But I think sOaK might have been the
Throw me.
team that went Pyroblast last rights.
Hanzo? Yeah.
Chromie Hanzo. Those are two really big artillery heroes, comparing the fact that they have a Diablo for their main tank who wants to dive.
Yeah, it's interesting. The dynamic is kind of switched. I feel like Diablo would want more engage to follow up on his stun.
They do have Diablo Charge, Light Bomb, APOC, Hanzo Arrow, and then they also have Entomb into all of that.
That is true. Once they hit 10, their Wombo is really strong.
Yeah, and Stukov, which kind of can shut down all of it. A good silence pool means Diablo can't charge at you. Which draft do you prefer? If you had to play, ignoring the teams who's playing what, just purely based on draft, which side are you preferring right now?
I'd probably have to go with sOaK. Malthael wins the offlane matchup pretty handily. I think their 4-man has a lot more kill potential, especially early game. The CC between Mal'Ganis, KT, and Stukov is extremely deadly on anyone, pretty much. Even Diablo, because he's pretty squishy early game, right?
Yeah. Alrighty, so for sOaK every lane, we have Flippic on Mal'Ganis, Stroke goes on Kael'thas, Doubles on Stukov, DMN13 playing Sylvanas, and Tornado NATO on Malphael.
And for Feigned Competence, we have Andrin on Captain Squiddy, Hanzo on Hyperbole, Leoric on Beaver Hunter, Chromie on Totem Cult, and Diablo on Chef Steve.
Just to play devil's advocate, I will take Feigned Competence draft. Even though I did kind of question it a little bit, and I hit the wrong button a little bit already. First of all, Diablo's solid engage. I don't really know if you need a whole lot more once you have that tank just diving in like that. Hanzo and Chromie can stall objectives until they're ready to engage, right? They have Entomb, and they have a lot of things that they can just throw into Entomb, especially in the late game with Chromie with Pierce. You hit you hit an Entomb on a couple and get the Pierce Sandblasters going in there, it's just gonna murder people.
Well, what are you waiting for?
And we have
Archangel Diablo
banned skin.
Is Archangel Diablo banned? I don't think it is.
I'm not sure.
Yes, please, yeah. Alright. We're remaking. Apparently it is a banned skin.
What's this?
Alright, so we're quitting out of that one. And yes, Wipeout, I know. I butcher names all the time. Alright, so I really don't feel like that was a banned skin. Rules. Where's
I think
the
it
rules?
might be. I don't see Diablo that much, so.
Yeah, I mean that's probably part of it. Alright, there's the lobby though, we can jump back into that. Alright, let's see here. Banned skins. Archangel Diablo, yeah. Oh. I guess the other one to check, because the only other character that was picked that has a banned skin would be Kilthos having Cyberhawk.
Do you know if Chromie has a banned skin?
Chromie does not. At one point, there was talk of banning that skin, but then they decided against it or unbanned it. It's not currently listed. Make sure to ready up.
Oh, is that ready? Sorry, I wasn't sure.
Is a banned skin. It's a dark map, it's banned. Good call, Nerys. I would have just played it out, honestly. Marauding Murd and Cuddlebar Stitches are the only two banned skins that bother me.
I'm actually not sure what about Diablo's banned skin makes it banned, but
based on what chat's saying, it is something to do with the coloration of APOC being darker. And that being a darker map means it's hard to see.
does that make sense?
Alright, but we're loading back in, and we'll get to see everyone's level 1 talents again. So, that's exciting. I like the raccoon. No Portraits energy tonight. Not yet. Well, both are offline. I don't know if it was the offliner. There was a matching set between the two teams. There's two people that was running the Snowman Asmodan. Alright, let's check. What do we have? Oh, he went with the new one, the newer one. APOC is hard to see yet. Chat says APOC.
So far, most of the talent choices pretty standard.
Low blow.
Silv went Q.
Yeah, makes sense into Diablo. He'll dive in on his own. You can try to burst him down with it.
Yeah.
Hanzo went simple geometry, so we'll have to watch how fast he can stack that, and then Mal'Ganis did not take the ban talent. That's good. But the teams here, they're colliding in middle. Malphael's already going to rotate up to the top lane. Chromie punctured her time stop but didn't hit anyone. Zukov decided E1, but Mal'Ganis is going to be flipped back into the enemy team by Diablo, but he's just going to sleep his way out. The silence is actually going to wake him up, and Mal'Ganis is eating quite a bit of damage there from the Chromie Hanzo combo. Sonic Arrow went out for damage, but is unable to land, as it's not level 20. When you'd have that stun option. Kilthos did get down, collect all the XP bot lane, but that's okay because Hyperbole is here now, and he's only going to miss one minion.
Yeah, but as expected, sOaK every lane has the wave clear advantage. KT by himself can just one-shot a wave pretty much with a WQ. This can allow them to invade potentially, but seems like they're opting to fight instead.
Yeah, a lot of CC going out here, but I don't think anyone's gonna die. No, but they're gonna pass the living bomb around a little bit here. Camp is available. We see sOaK every lane is gonna head over to it already. Mathiel is in the double sOaK pattern already. I think the wave clear kind of balances out a little bit at 4 when Hanzo gets his AoE burst if he goes for the Q talent.
Yeah, for sure. So could invade this. They
And
have
they're going to. And yeah, here comes Mathiel. He's just gonna rotate in there. Some of them are ignoring
Diablo
Diablos.
is in trouble. He is really
Deep, but Anduin was able to get close enough to get a heal, 2 heals off on him, but it's not gonna be enough. Low blow is gonna finish him off there from sTookov. Well, Mathiel was able to peel the back line a little bit. Anduin gets low, but he'll get out, and everyone else will be just okay. Full stacks
great
on
invade. Good call.
simple geometry. So that will be most, if not all, of this wall if they're able to get their camp push all the way up as well. Unstable poison, so Savannah's opting for more wave clear, and almost gets the Anduin. 86 health left on him, and they're able to turn off this tower, and they're going to take the whole tower here, the whole front wall of Feigned Competence bot lane. It is.
Especially dangerous to fall behind against a Sylve. She can just get the wall really fast off 1 kill.
That's not the normal level 4 in Mal'Ganis, is it?
Usually we see the green one. I guess he's worried about the burst coming from Hanzo and Chromie. I can see it.
Yeah, I mean their cooldowns are a little bit longer. It's not the worst talent by any means. Alright, but Diablo's gonna charge in after Mal'Ganis was stunned out. There's the silence on him as well. They canceled it a little early. I feel like they could have kept that on him and maybe killed him already. But he's gonna back off, and now both tanks are gonna go heal up a little bit. Chromie's takes about half of her health as well. Top is just gonna trade out. Leo's already on his way down. Mathiel's going back up, so it looks like sOaK every lane's just gonna stall, and then Leo's just actually clearing mid lane real quick. So it's just gonna be 4v4 fight again. Yeah, 100 health, and there goes Diablo. Yeah. Well, I think if Leoric finished his rotation down, they get it. But since he didn't, they're unfortunately gonna have to concede that, and it's gonna be there's a simple geometry finish. And yeah, now it's just back to the XP game for a little while.
You're losing your touch, Lord.
And the Malthael is putting in work, double soaking, doing camps. He's really getting them XP advantage here.
Sunfire Enchantment, not the normal talent you see on Killflush. There's the other 2 talents you normally see, which is either Q does percentage damage if it hits 2 or more targets, or Living a Bomb does 30% more damage if it's able to hit, if it's able to spread. Meanwhile, Tornado on the Mathiel will fall to the Diablo, flip, shove back into 4. And that's going to secure them 7 as well. But here's the return. They're going to try to get a return kill here onto Hanzo, doing wacky jumps, but he's going to be able to get away with it. But are they going to invade? Nope. sOaK is going to go ahead and back off after just barely not getting that kill there. Diablo's in behind him now. They need to be careful. They don't realize it. But if they had vision, he could have charged across there. But Chromie's low in mana, so they probably don't want the fight just yet.
Yeah, I expect Chromie to go loot. They have no cleanse on the side of sOaK every lane.
There's a stun onto Chromie, and she's going to be slept immediately after. She will fall there to the Mal'Ganis auto. As Sylvanas turns off the tower, so they're free to be able to take that fight and get that pick off. Chromie's now got her 10 available. There is no cleanse on the side of sOaK. Will she go rewind? She's going to go do Slowing Sands.
Yeah, maybe looking for that objective stall.
Yeah, this is a solid silence from sTookov, denying them in the whole entryway, so it would be hard for them to get in an angle that they were comfortable with. So now they have to defend that camp, and there's 2 altars spawning. Meanwhile, Hyperbola's at the bot lane. He's looking at it, but Sylvanas is going to move down. Kel'Thas is going to channel the middle one, secure that. Hanzo barely not able to get the bottom one in time. Going to miss the scatter as Sylvanas is going to use her E to jump around a little bit. The teams are approaching now. Mathiel and Leoric are kind of boxing their way down here. Kel'Thas is getting kind of low, stepping up a little bit. He's in the middle of the Chromie time trap, but it's actually Beaver Hunter there on Leoric who's going to be the first to fall. As now the teams are just going to reset a little bit here. Tornado is gonna back up and try to channel. Living bombs being spread around, but there's Diablo who's gonna interrupt the objective. But he's kind of split from his team. This is what we talked about in the draft, where he had the opportunity to dive in, but the rest of his team is 2 artillery on the inside. But there's the enemy gonna pull him back and then die for it potentially as the living bomb spreads to him, and he gets picked off, and that's a 2-0 trade there. Now level 10's on the side of sOaK Every Lane, as they're still able to push forward here. Tornado is able to secure the objective now. And the ultis we have are pretty standard so far. We haven't seen Stukov's yet. He could go into either one and not be too big a surprise. He's going to go into Feigned Swipe.
Yeah, I like the Feigned Swipe.
Yeah. So, Patience likes the shove a little bit more. Shove.
But yeah, Feigned Competence doesn't have enough kill pressure pre-10. I think they're lacking the CC. Hanzo, Chromie, Leoric don't bring much CC to the table.
Pre-10.
Yeah, as expected. Yeah, pre-10.
Luckily, this is Towers of Doom, and they're
anything
now
can
10,
happen.
and the game is still fairly even, all things considered. There is every ult we've talked about, except we're waiting to see if we're going to get the Entomb still.
And yeah.
Meanwhile,
The
Tornado is going to go for the
Dragon.
top camp. Unable to land any Sleep Slayer, chasing after them a little bit. They are fighting down here. There's the Slung Sands, the Time Trap, all the good stuff there of Chromie in that tiny little alcove. Teams are dancing around here trying to figure out what to do. Meanwhile, Hanzo's going to clean up the camp a little bit in the bot lane. There's the flip onto Mal'Ganis, but Diablo will be slept in return. There's the APOC, and it's going to be just barely off on DM13 on the Savants, but there's the light bomb coming out. There's the Hanzo arrow follow-up, but it's going to be Anduin the first to fall. There's the Carrion Swarm, I think is what it's called. The Living Bomb is going to spread a little bit more. There's a time stop onto 2, including their own tank. And there is the big convection, or not convection. There's a bunch of abilities coming out though, and there's going to be 2 more kills there. And now Savants is just going to go up behind the building. They're going to turn it off. And all that chip damage that they've gotten up to this point, they're going to secure the bottom fort in favor of sOaK Every Lane. Right as the objective spawns down.
That was the 4v5 for sOaK Every Lane. They still won.
They did get Entombed, by the way.
Yeah. It's
Here and there on Chromie, that's interesting. Definitely a higher skill talent. We'll see how much value they get out of it. I'm intrigued by it. There's a Lyric and a fall to the Kael'thas combo. Some follow-up. Hanzo
And
also falling in the bot lane.
uh,
Or no, mid lane? When did Hanzo die?
top lane. Malthael
top
killed
lane.
him.
Last rights was used. He now has a stack. Now they're going to combo onto Anduin. He's going to fall in here in the bot lane after Mal'Ganis was able to stall the 3v1. Now, but he's going to be flipped into the death zone, but not able to queued in time, and Diablo is going to pay for his life. Chromie's down to about half health, but able to punish the KT a little bit for stepping up, but Chromie's just going to die. Savannah's is able to walk up right as the living bomb gets put on him and finish him off. And again,
A lot of staggers around the map.
I feel like every time I cast the Sylvanas, I have to say this, but Remorseless, I don't like it. Just don't like the talent. I like the W minus armor. I think it's just better.
Personally, I like the double E. Just for me. I
Double
think
E is not
all
bad,
talents
but I get
are-
really greedy with it.
Yeah, they're all viable for sure though.
Yeah. I mean, they're not terrible talents. It's just,
Sylvanas.
I feel like the other talents, but Sylvanas is taking some poke here, but it's really the big flank here from Tornado coming out with the Kael'thas follow-up. That's going to be the big punish here. Chromie's getting super low, but will they have enough? Wailing Arrow and just not enough. 73 health on Chromie at 1 point.
Yeah, their pressure is just relentless.
It is.
They never give up. It's non-stop.
Now you have the double top altar. Both teams still positioned down here. It looks like sOaK Every Lane's going to try to push in these 3 sapper camps. Meanwhile, top the Orc is going to trade out with Malthael here for that one. I feel like Malthael probably could have challenged him a little bit, knowing that the team is down here. Yeah, they are just going to trade that out. 5 shots is still pretty solid. Hyperbola is getting low, but Strogies here on the Kael'thas is looking to get punished a little bit, but will be saved by his healer. 200 health left on Chromie, but it's going to be Anduin the next to fall. 15 kills to 1 already in favor of sOaK Every Lane.
Yeah, sOaK Every Lane have just dominated the map. They've been where they need to be. They've gotten the kills they need to get. It's just great play from them.
We're going to show the offlane a little bit here because we haven't seen them too much, and we know everyone wants to show love to their favorite offlaners.
Yeah. Shout out to Wipeout.
Wipeout's watching. Alrighty, back to the bot lane action where just all the abilities are being thrown back and forth, seeing which six. Okay, he's gonna get flipped. He's gonna pop carry into Storm, but it's not gonna come out in time, and he will be picked. Be flipped back right in time.
It's a little too confident on his part.
Agreed.
In the end, it shouldn't matter too much. Actually, they might have to concede this tower.
They might. There's the Hanzo arrow though. Will they get the follow-up in time? The APOC goes out, but he's unable to finish the rest of the combo because of the gravity lapse. Dubbles is going to get flipped back a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's Hyperbola is going to be picked off there in the backline. Captain Squiggly is going to be next, and then it's going to be the Diablo to fall. Another 3 kills in the bot lane. Meanwhile, Mothiel is going to solo the Yorick on the top lane. So it's 4 kills to 5 kills. They picked off Chromie when I went up top to look at that. Because Diablo's just got a soul reset. That is a 3 altar spawn now.
sOaK every lane needs all 4 of these
There's only
in
3.
order to win. Or all 3 of these, rather.
They do,
Looks
because
like
the
they will
bottom
get
4.
it. Unless the other can
One.
get there in time.
2. 3. That's game. Game 1, going over to sOaK every lane. Go ahead and give them that point there.
Yeah. Great draft, great execution. They played well.
Alright, so let's take a look at these stats a little bit. Kael'thas topping hero damage. So there was some problem spread that's not too crazy. Self-healing, Mothiel, followed by Lori, followed by Diablo. Anduin doing very little self-healing. Kael'thas did a little bit.
Yeah, I think either Silver or KT has to go. Those heroes just put in work. I'm not sure what you'd ban. They were both really strong.
Alright, so if you are Feigned Competence, are you looking for first pick or map pick?
It's tough. I'd say map pick. I think they want to go to a comfort map, just try to get their feet grounded again. I know this game they had first pick, I think.
Hmm.
Not sure.
Yes,
I'm not sure you picked.
Feigned Competent had first pick.
I think they need to change their draft up. I want to see more early game power from them. I don't think the Diablo did too much. I think something like ETC would be a little bit better. I'm not sure if they play it.
Game 2, we are going to Battlefield of Eternity. And it looks like Feigned Competence opted for first pick again. So
Nice.
this is a map that favors Chromie and Hanzo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for what it's worth, those 2 picks are great here. So maybe we'll see it
Just
again.
swap out the front line a little bit, probably. Maybe a Johanna. That'd be pretty
Johanna
solid.
would be nice.
We'll get you in the lobby here too. Might as well. We're waiting on Feigned Competence. No Dragonshire, no Braxis bans. Could have picked those maps and punished the fact that you pick first pick. Alright, but BOE is, since the XP changes, kind of become a bit of a snowbally map.
For sure, yeah.
Since the buildings give passive XP, objectives fights can take a little while. Getting a good one early on with that first objective can kind of snowball. I had the sets. Actually, I think I still have them somewhere from last season. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick. See if I can find. Let's see. That is Dragonshire stats, some Division B stats, some her stats, some team name. Nope, I do not have it. I want to say it was like 95% win percentage if you won the first objective on BOE.
That does not sound right.
It was stupid high. And it was like
Really?
if you got the first 2, it was 98, and it was like a 99% chance you win the game if you got the first keep. Like, forts and keeps are just more
Wow.
important on that map than anything else. It was statistically the most snowbally map, and nobody talked about it. Because it doesn't feel snowbally like Braxis does. Where you have this giant wave approaching you, and you're just like, what can I do against it?
Yeah, I think it depends. I will say, I think a fort will fall down if the immortal you get the first time is full shield. But in general, I feel like it's closer than that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it definitely feels closer. But unfortunately we don't have map
Guess
stacks because Hot Slugs
that's
doesn't
the
have that
lie.
back up yet,
Oh.
and Hero's Profile doesn't carry map stats. So we just don't have those yet anymore to see objectives and boss pushes. Like on Cursed Hollow, the ideal number of bosses to get before the game ended was 4.
Yeah.
Because the win rate actually dropped once you picked up your 5th boss. Because the game had gone so long, bosses weren't important anymore. But 4 was the ideal number. It was like curse, double boss, curse, double boss, or something like that. It was game winning every time. Alright, both teams are in lobby now. So we talked about Hanzo and Chromie a little bit, and then we just started ranting about other things. Or I did at least. What other picks are high priority on this map?
Vala is really good here. Her race, I want to say, is the best with Q build. I'm
Nope.
not sure.
Hanzo
I know
Redemption,
Majesty
Hanzo.
would definitely know.
It's Hanzo Redemption, followed by Hanzo W, followed by Vala, Greymane, Gazlo.
Okay. Either way, it's up there. I think it's a strong pick.
All of that, by the way, is post level 7. Before 7, Rhaegar or Tannis are the best racers.
Okay. I still think Vala is strong here in general.
I agree, because she's generally better. Like, she edges out faster race than Greymane, but she's still really good in team fights. But teams are about to draft here. So let's find out what they want on this map as we go into Game 2 of sOaK Every Lane versus Feigned Competence. sOaK Every Lane up Game 1.
And I want to see some more early game pressure from Feigned Competence. I think the Diablo, maybe they play it again, but I don't think they want to first pick it.
Garrosh ban again. So Garrosh is the second most played tank of sOaK Every Lane. They're not banning out the most played tank. They're banning out the second most played tank. But I think part of that could be, I think, as chat mentioned earlier, Kid isn't here, and I think Kid was the player who played the ETC.
Oh, that's right. Kid's their main tank. Yeah.
So Johanna banned out again makes sense. There's the Vala ban, as you talked about. That is most people's preference for the map for race, because they're just... Yeah, there's ETC ban. So that's 3.
Diablo again.
Diablo could be the tank option. My guess is sOaK Every Lane is going to go for main tank Arthas. They're going to go Ariel, which they did ban out last game, which we hinted at could mean that they were going. But this time,
about that.
Yeah, this time they're going to pick it up. Ariel, a lot of people. Deathwing's still on the board too. We could see a Deathwing option. Not super great race, but super good for the team fight for lanes potentially.
Yes. I think for defense is really strong. Maybe they opt for a defense comp, but I don't think so.
Raynor for the race, and then Charonda. That's a race comp coming on from them for sure. Feigned here has the option for Greymane, Hanzo. If they want to go for races, they could go for... I mean, it's really just hard to race into a Charonda at all. Like, her race power amplification is just really good. You almost kind of want to go into defense. You have Rez too, so like a defense comp is pretty solid. There's the Hanzo for race, and there is a Sonya coming out. Pretty early offlane picks once again, at least from Feigned Competence.
Interesting. No tanks picked yet.
Yeah, after a bunch of tank bans, no tank picks. So this could be sOaK's chance to ban a tank, pick a tank still, and just really tank choke here. I really do feel like sOaK's going for main tank Arthas though. Just a hunch.
That can be good, especially into the right comp.
Sure. Chromie
ban?
banned out. That makes
Okay.
sense because Hanzo Chromie were their DPS options last time on Feigned Competence, and they're better on this map than they probably are in towers, especially if you swap out the front line.
Let's see. What does Feigned Competence ban?
The DP Ming,
Maybe the Sylve?
Ming, Sylve, yeah.
Ming or Sylve? That makes sense.
An off
Maybe
lane
the
option
Saints.
too.
Or Malthael, maybe.
Blaze.
That is interesting.
Is it Cho'Gall coming up from Feigned Competence? That would explain the early offlane pickup. It's main
There's
tank
the
Uther coming from
Great
sOaK.
pick.
Amazing pick.
Really-
That's at
really
least gonna
solid
be
Karada.
yeah. Stun, stun, stun,
Stun
stun.
is dead.
Orphea. Interesting.
Orphea,
Don't see too many Orpheas.
funnily, I think Orphea is actually weaker after the
Changes.
changes. I'll say. I'm not sure if they're buffs or nerfs. We'll call them changes.
It was a nerf to a build, a specific build,
Yeah.
but her highest skill cap build, which is Q build, was left unchanged.
That's
Which
true.
was already mathematically, I think that was the best build, but it was just so hard to pull off efficiently that most people just weren't practiced or enough on Orphea to do it. There's
Diablo.
and Kel'Thuzad Zod coming out from Feigned Competence. So much for your extra early game pressure. We're gonna go even later this time.
I think Kel'Thuzad is a decent pick. They're pretty immobile on the side of sOaK every lane. I think Diablo was picked just because there's nothing left. But we'll see how it goes.
Maybe they wanted the main tank Uther.
Potentially.
Alright, so Medivh pick.
Offlane Malthael.
Offlane Medivh.
Brawl.
Brawl. Not bad. Sunder honestly could get a lot of value here. Zoning out Ariel from getting the res option off with the decreased
Once
rate.
again, a lot of early game kill pressure from sOaK every lane. I think Diablo will probably just die if he gets stuns, or at least be chunked extremely hard.
Yeah, the CC options just coming out from sOaK this game just seem ridiculous for Diablo. But their kill pressure probably, I actually think is a little bit lower. Rainer's slower than Sylve, but other than that, it's about the same. Alright, so for sOaK every lane, we have Flip on Uther, Strogoose on Tyrande, Doubles on Orphea, Tornado on Thrall, and DMN13 on Raynor. Apology for butchering the names.
For Feigned Competence, we have Kel'Thuzad on Hyperbole, Sonya on Beaver Hunter, Ariel on Captain the Squiddy, Diablo on Chef Steve, and Hanzo on Toten Colts.
Alright, so I don't know. And I feel like this whole game just comes down to how good does KTZ play.
I have to agree with you. I think sOaK's comp is much easier to execute.
Yeah, the
You
burden of
stunned it.
execution,
Yep.
we'll call it, is on Feigned Competence this game.
Let's see.
Wish casters could do the Easter eggs on the
Interesting.
board.
I think Diablo needs spell armor here, or he will just get one shot. Especially into Orphea. Orphea can do some damage if she has a stun target.
Alright, so we have Exterminator on Raynor, so they're going
Yeah,
full
even more
race for him.
That is just full race.
Yeah. Ancestral Strength still here for Orphea. Hit Overflowing Chaos is slow at 20% for 2.5 seconds. Only chosen, there's no Leoric in the game, so we don't have to worry about that being a banned talent. Fun fact, Kel'Thuzad's all of his abilities actually scale less than 4%.
I knew you were gonna mention that. I actually remember the scaling is lower on him.
It's like 2 point. I think like one
2.5.
ability was 2, and then the rest were like 3.5 because he has the built-in spell power. You never would have guessed it based on the abilities, but there's gonna be a stun on Orphea, but there's the Tyrande stun follow-up potentially on him, but it didn't matter because it was the wrong team. So interesting options, but nothing actually came of that other than both teams' healers had to press a couple buttons. Chains missed this time around. Meanwhile, top lane, Tyrande's spin into winning. And Thrall's trying to get stacks here. He's up to 4. He's not doing too bad. See if he can get it by the first objective. KTZ is actually going to be the first to start in on the camp,
like
followed by the rest of his
Doing
team.
early camp.
They fight
That's
really well in this choke, though, so I think they definitely could go for it, for sure. Like, Feigned Competence can
Generally,
just fight
with
in the choke.
Uther tank, you want to play aggressive. I feel.
I want to play aggressively from bushes, is how I always play it.
Especially into Diablo, I feel like they could have contested that, but maybe they want to play it safe. They don't want to stack Kel'Thuzad.
Oh, Uther's super low, that's also the reason why. There's a big combo there coming out onto Raynor, but it's going to be healed up by both the healers at the same time almost. They're probably going to get at least a tower for this, if not both towers, from this one camp pressure here coming out. Uther's playing a little passively. He needs to probably step up to be in front of his team here. There's another set of chains coming out. 3 stacks so far for KTZ, as the whole bottom wall's gone already.
Yeah. Quite different from last game. Last game, sOaK every lane was dictating the pace, but in this game, Feigned Competence is just doing what they want.
Repeated offense, which seems to be most people's go-to talent at 4 right now for Ariel. Shout out Fury. Sacrificial Soul. 10 souls, well, it increases. Oh. Don't remember seeing that talent too often the last time he was in here. It's interestingly enough Frostwolf pack here on Thrall. It's a little bit interesting.
He's playing stacking Thrall. He wants to get those stacks.
And we actually have a little bit of Q build coming out from Rafia, so maybe she's got her own little hybrid build that who's playing Rafia? Doubles plays? Maybe
sOaK
it's...
every lane is first to race here. They have a huge lead already.
And they're going to take it to halftime because they have Tyrande. You have to defend the objective. You have to let Hanzo solo race with his with his W build here, and the rest of the team needs to do it.
Yeah. Looks like they will defend. Yeah, especially the Kel'Thuzad, you want to be defending for sure. You try to stack that quest.
Totem Cult here on the Hanzo
Hanzo,
out of mana. Sonya's actually their solo racer because of that. Raynor is standing off to the side here, using that vision a little bit to get some autos in. Poke. There's the stun combo coming out onto Uther. Will it be enough damage? They do not have enough. There's the root coming out from Thrall, meanwhile. And now they're able to push back on Feigned Competence here. sOaK every lane stepping up. And Diablo will be first blood.
Once again.
But the race is a lot closer now. Captain Squeal will whip the Orphea away. We'll be able to get out. Who's going to win the race is going to be super close. And it's going to come down to Feigned Competence. Lost the race.
One thing we didn't mention, Kel'Thuzad with Q build actually has a lot of race too. I forgot to mention it, especially at 7. I think he gets the 1 second increase on it, I believe.
Interesting. Only up to 5 stacks so far in KTZ. We're gonna have to see how he continues to scale going
He
forward.
needs to step it up a bit.
Honestly, if sOaK every lane didn't have Tyrande and that was any other hero, I feel like they lose that
They will
race.
lose that for sure.
But now we have 7s picked up for both teams here, which is another good power spike for both teams. Poison Spear coming out from Sonya. She might go leap, honestly. That's usually what you do with Poison Spear these days, is you leap Poison Spear and try to like kind of burst someone in the backline. Which combined with KTZ, that's a lot of like single target trying to burst one person down into an Uther. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
I did think leap is really solid here, for sure.
Insatiable there on Orphea. So it's actually just like all the cooldown reduction she can get. There's a bunch of stuns coming out onto Uther. Do they have enough to finish him off? He's actually going to charge the Tyrande there. Further back, he's going to go ahead and fall here while the rest of the team is now we're going to have the stuns coming out onto Ariel, but she's going to be able to heal herself up. It's actually KTZ with the crown currently, as the campus taken away by sOaK every lane. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they're existing. We'll watch them dance around a little bit. They're going to trade out a little bit here. Tornado's going to get kind of low. He's going to be able to start healing up there with the Ancestral Wrath. It's going to keep him up, and then his passive as well. Both offlaners trading very efficiently, knowing exactly how much they can take and how much they can deal. Beaver Hunter's going to back off. He's going to tap, but Tornado is not. Maybe he's already used his? Don't know. But now we have Diablo back here in the bot lane, so we're going to see them go forward. They're actually going to push Tyrande all the way back underneath tower. Will it be enough? And it will be. They're going to get their first kill of the game. There's going to be a KTZ combo. It's going to go out onto DM13 there on the Raynor. He's going to start to walk away, but he's not going to be able to get far enough away, as Diablo will keep him in the queue with a flip. And he's going to charge the Uther and then go away.
That is a lot of stacks because of that.
Yep.
He got 10 stacks in that skirmish.
Between those two last fights, yeah. Up to 5 globes, and then he'll have lifesteal. Which, I don't know, when I play KTZ, if I don't have that quest, I'm pretty much useless. I just die because I can't sustain myself.
Thrall just, he missed his W. It's sad.
Alright, but now you're going to have Feigned Competence play a little bit more aggressively here. They do have the, it's the stacking damage on heroes is what's at 7 for Q build KTZ. Alright, but there's going to be a bunch of stuns going out there onto Beaver Hunter Senior, but he's going to be healed up by the Ariel, as now it's going to be the Diablo eating the stuns out. But, we're at halftime. Feigned Competence has a huge lead. But now you have 10s picked up on the side of sOaK, so they're going to be able to defend this probably. D-Storm, Shadow Stalker is a little bit interesting, but maybe they can help Uther walk up and engage. Along with Earthquake, Rainer, Raider, of course, and Feigned Competence is going to go for the Bruiser Camp, but it's going to be sniffed out here by Uther. He's going to step up, he's going to hit the Sonya. They're going to start CC chaining him until he dies. And now they have the res option on Sonya. Meanwhile, Diablo's in the back here. Going to take a lot of damage. There's the D-Storm coming out onto 1. There's the Earthquake coming out as well. There's Orpheus chomping ult, but it will not be able to keep going off. Sonya's going to start eating some stuns again. Well, the rest of the team is backing off here. Will Beaver Hunter be able to get out in time? No, as Beaver Hunter will fall for the second time this fight. There goes the Hanzo arrow. Bye. Alright, and now sOaK LaNe's going to step up into the objective. It is leap from Sonya as well. Also, Frost Blast came out that fight. Did not mention that, but it did go. It did land. Now we're going to have the race coming out. Taranda's not with her team, so I don't know if they're going to win. It's going to be super close, and the winner is going to actually be Feigned Competence, clutching out that objective in a 4v5 race. If Taranda was with her team just for the auto attacks, they get that one.
But going back to the team fight, Feigned Competence, they had a mis-synergy, I want to say. Their ults weren't using in conjunction, I feel. A lot of different ults on different targets. If they focus the same target, I think their comp would be able to kill them.
There's the AoE route onto 2 from KTZ. The Icicle is picked up now, but it's actually Diablo. He's just eating a boatload of damage from, what is this all called? Eternal Feast. And he got down to like 350 health. He's walking away. He's healing up a little bit. He's actually going to back. There's going to be stun combo onto Uther and Ariel. Taranda's still not going to be there for follow-up, but it isn't required as Hanzo's already down. They don't quite have the damage to also get the Ariel here. But that is a 1-for-0 trade in their favor after. But you have res, so that doesn't really matter. Boom. Death negated. He's actually more healed now than if he had actually gotten away from that fight. Now Diablo's back, and they do have APOC plus Hanzo arrow again, so maybe they could have fought if they were quicker into that backline, but it doesn't really matter. Camp's already taken. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, you have Sonya and Thrall down here fighting for that one. 1 minion down, but they're trying to stay close enough to also get the wave. As the 4v4 top lane, there's another ulti coming out from KTZ, just kind of using that Frost Blast like cooldown here. Seeing what sticks, what doesn't stick. We got the Icicle here on the side. Isn't going to be enough to pick up Rainer. Probably not, but Eternal Feast is going to come out once again, and it's quite a bit of damage on Diablo, down to 130. He's actually going to end up falling there. That's a soul reset on Diablo.
Big death.
Now it's going to be a combo coming out onto Uther along with the Hanzo ulti, but it's not quite enough. It's actually going to be Ariel who's going to go down instead. Now it's going to be Hanzo followed up quickly. The chained damage coming out from sOaK, so we go hear those 2 quick turnaround kills.
Kel'Thuzad did finish his quest. There is a lot more kill pressure on the side of Feigned Competence, but I just don't know if it's enough to burst through it. The double healer is just gonna put in work against that.
I think if they use Frost Blast and right before it lands, pop APOC, so that way it's, and then use Hanzo Arrow and they just CC him so they can't heal. I think that's the key. Beaver Hunter is going to die there. But the return kill here onto the Thrall, potentially, as, yep, he's just going to fall there. So 1-for-1 trade. Hanzo racing versus the 4 members of sOaK, and of course is a fast racer, but not that fast of a racer to race versus 4. And now we have the chain link. So chains might not cost mana and have a really down. Now it's going to be a stun charge onto Uther there. He's going to actually walk towards his immortal, and it's, yeah, he's just dead. Diablo's dead once again. able to chase down a little bit, but DM13 just saying, I want the Immortal. This is why I took Exterminator, and that's what I'm going to do. Hanzo is going to go and clear up the Bruiser camp a little bit. Thrall is going to go clean up top lane a little bit. And this objective will go top lane.
Yeah, this is going to be a near full HP Immortal. This is definitely a fort down for sure.
Especially because
Potentially keep.
Yeah, one tower is gone. They still have half the HP of their wall, and then the tower is about 95% there. Here we go. sOaK every lane's going to step up here, and eVeRy's going to be the first to start hitting that wall. That could have been danger for Diablo there. If Diablo was on that, he could have flipped him. It looks like they're going to try to fight behind the Immortal.
And yeah, this is the right call. I think Sonya should be here, though.
There it is. There's the route into the 8 bomb. But missed 2 of the ultis there from Feigned Competence, and now it's going to be Diablo once again who's going to start being chunked, and he's going to be the first to fall.
Yeah,
He's just going to separate so far out there. If eVeRy gets a stun combo here, ooh, Captain Squiddy's going to get a good whip to make sure that doesn't happen, though. That was potentially just a death if eVeRy was able to touch one of them. And now the second wall's going to fall. They still have a shield on this Immortal. Now it's a 5v5. There's a big Divine Storm on 2, and then Tyrande follow-up. Without the other ulti, KTZ just doesn't have the burst potential just to start chaining kills and getting pickoffs here that they need. Beaver Hunter there is also kind of low. There's the Unstoppable, and so that chains basically nothing. Half health still left on the Immortal. There's going to be another Frost Blast that's going to land on 2, but Chains missed that time. Now the root's going to not land either. And are they going to back off? sOaK every lane's going to choose to back off with 5 seconds left on the 2 dead members of Feigned Competence. The Chains aren't going to quite land there. 84% health left. They're actually going to go for the Bruiser camp. It's a good steal away. Do they have enough ultis? They do have the Eternal Feast if they are invaded, but that's it. And they're not going to be invaded, so it doesn't matter.
And yeah, the Frost Blast, it just gets negated by the spell armor from Tyrande.
Now they also can just remove it. No, because it doesn't revert. It stun, silences, and slows. Kill the camp, and they're waiting to cap it in the top lane. Meanwhile, the Owl is going to go to the bot lane here. Watch that go.
Feigned Competence needs 16. They just have to fight, I think.
Lobes
Dude,
are
all they need
finished.
is one fight.
Yeah, we are approaching that point where one fight wins the game, basically. Yeah, I run that banner. 6.5 out of 10. Alrighty, so now sOaK every lane, they got the top camp, they're going to go for bot camp now. Feigned Competence is going to go on the defensive a little bit. They are playing very wide though, like Thrall was trying to keep vision in the top lane here, or like the approachment from the top lane. They're looking to see if Feigned Competence steps up at any point. But we have the Bruiser camp available. What is this talent? Stunning rooting or stunning a hero grants 6% spell power for 10 seconds, okay. Up to 5 times. That will get stacks off of Frost Blast, so that's not too bad. Bruiser camp pick up here from sOaK every lane right before the objective. They're actually going to wait to cap it a little bit. Will they stack it with the wave? They will. It's pretty much well stacked. The wave, and it's a catapult wave for them. So that's pretty good. Here comes the big Frost Blast APOC combo, but it doesn't land on anyone. Hanzo Arrow going to be eaten by the eVeRy, then going to be comboed on by the KTZ and is going to fall. Diablo getting super low meanwhile, and Sonya's just kind of there in the backline. She has used Leap. Resurrection is available for Feigned Competence as they get the kill there, though.
They got a kill on user. That's a start.
It is. They have 40 seconds now to kind of not deal with the eVeRy, which has kind of been their big hindrance, right? The armor, the extra heals, the stuns.
Yeah, the engage and the sustain has been insane.
Now they have the combo there onto Thrall, but he's going to back off. Armor. Yeah. It's not his spell armor, that's Tyrande's spell armor.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's halftime. Halftime going over to Feigned Competence. Now, they did get halftime before and still lost the Immortal. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Uther's still dead for 10, so about 15 seconds left on him before he can actually show up here. Here's another Frost Blast coming out. They're going to be able to get the Tyrande stun onto KTZ, keeping him from doing any follow-up damage. Diablo's going to fall meanwhile in the backline. Ariel does have Resurrect if she's able to get up, but they're just going to be pushed back by the extra damage options coming out here. ATZ trying to look for combos from the bushes, unable to do so successfully. And now Uther's back. There's the Rook and Stun onto Ariel and Sonya, but Sonya can leap away. Meanwhile, Ariel's going to be in danger, is going to fall. And to Kulkin here onto Hanzo is going to be forced to jump away. Dodges the Tyrande L. Ariel should now self-res, right? Just self-res right now. No one has vision on you. Self-res. Don't wait around. Don't be dead. You're saving yourself 30 seconds. Alright, well, anyways, every lane is just gonna finish off the objective here. Now she's gonna res. When she's in trouble, she's gonna get destormed. Tyrande will not have follow-up stun because she used it on the Hanzo already. Now there's going to be a big combo onto the Uther, but it doesn't matter because their chains couldn't land on to find a second target. There's another Tyrande stun. It's not going to land this time. Diallo's moving in. There's the Shadow Stock to heal up as well. And it's going to be Sonya to fall. There's Eternal Feast coming out. It's not going to land onto anyone. There's a big two-man root coming out from KTZ. But again, no deaths because they have the double healer pressure, and Immortal is on its way to the bot lane. Divine Hurricane picked up.
Death by CC. This is looking like game. I don't think
Shooting Star.
Way
Shooting Star. I'm excited about Shooting Star.
the best throwing talent in the game.
And Execute. Probably Raynor's best 20.
Yep.
Alright, well there goes the wall. Slowly falling. We got an 8 turn. We are going into melee form here onto the Immortal. They were able to burn down the shields. There's a Frost Blast. Will it hit? How many? 2. So that's 10% spell power on the KTZ for a couple seconds. But it doesn't matter because here comes the Uther Stun onto him, and they're getting quite a bit of damage onto him. 296 health, just shy of 300 health left onto KTZ. Trying the combo, misses the chains. There's the Diablo combo going out onto Rafia, but there's no walls for him to run into, and there is going to be a pocket that's going to land a little bit, but not a whole lot, and it's really just sOaK every lane running away with this. They're going to miss the leap here on the Thrall as well. She's trying to keep the top Katas from moving in, but I don't know if that really matters, as you have just Raynor on the core. If they use able to keep it up, here goes the Resurrected onto Ariel, but she's in the middle, kind of a bad spot here. Can she make her way around? She is. She's not really getting focused. Nope, the Tyrande stun's going to come out. I believe that was actually the Shooting Star stun coming out from Tyrande. So she didn't even target that. As game 2 goes over to sOaK every lane, they're going to take this match 2-0.
Another strong showing. sOaK every lane. Good draft.
Was.
Execution. The Uther Tyrande was really strong.
It was. A lot of stuns. Stuns win games. 22 kills to 5 in favor. So Orphea, not dying at all, was able to do quite a bit with this kind of like Q build. The first half of the build was just as much CDR as you can get. The second half was just the solid Q talents that you might take anyways. Interesting. Alright, so I will message to see if they want an interview. We do have a second match coming up tonight. Also sOaK every lane. At 1 o'clock Eastern. Want to stick around for that. Between we have versus Spooky Ghost. Spooky Ghost is a fun team.
Yeah, and after that showing, I feel like they're feeling really confident. That was a strong 2-0 from them. Good drafts all around.
Alright, so they say they're not going to do an interview yet. They want to move straight into their next set because it is late and they just want to get over as quick as possible.
Okay.
So I will end the stream and then we'll restart it when we are ready to go for the next set. So thank you all for coming out. Do you have any shoutouts you want to do, Biz?
Shout out to Urel, best hero in the game.
Shout out to Lily. Thank you to both teams for having us out. Thank you to NGS, and we will be back shortly with sOaK every lane versus Spooky Ghost.